Hello everybody, this is Stellarum back for another episode of FTB Infinity. On today's episode we're going to be doing a little bit of applied energistics. So I'm up here because I'm going to be doing something right here. I'm going to place down, I've got a whole bunch of stuff ready to go, and I've got my episode somewhat planned out. We'll see how it goes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place down probably this right there, this over here. We'll see how it looks actually. This one over on this side. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Let's put up a couple of torches just to be safe, and then we'll be able to take our flux cable and just put it over like so. Awesome. Okay, so these are currently online. We do have enough channels here. So we might have to kind of look into channels later this episode, but we'll see. It depends on how the other stuff goes. Now, you might notice something is different here. Actually, there's something different upstairs. So let me show you that first. If I come over here, I made my own little tiny AE network here, and this is just to accept the storage cells from our query. So that's running pretty good. I've actually got a lava setup hooked up over there, so I might head over there, grab another cell and bring it back. And all I do is I dump it in here, and it will automatically import all of the stuff and send it through our I/O Ender I/O system, conduit system, so that it gets kind of transferred around. So we still got a bit of organizing to do around here, but it's starting to look all right. Let's head down here and I'll show you what I've done here. So I've gotten rid of, oh yeah, that was the stuff I dropped there. So I had a setup over here with an inscriber, and it was kind of like just a little hopper and an inscriber. You guys might have seen it as I was walking around in this previous videos, but I decided I wanted an automated system in order to make my processors. So one of the things that you need a lot of when you get into AE is a bunch of processors. So you have logic processors, you have engineering processors, and you also have calculation processors. So since I don't have any of those in stock right now, I'm going to go ahead and make a whole bunch of those. So let me just take these. I'm going to put some stuff away so that I have enough room in my inventory. And I'm just going to grab, let's say 8. We'll make 8 processors. I think I have enough. Oh, perfect. I didn't even realize I had 8 there. That was total coincidence. And then I also need the pure Certus quartz. So we'll take 8 of those and we'll put them like so. Now, the way I've got it set up is I'm going to eventually have an interface down here to interface with this chest here. And what it's going to do is whenever I'm going to want, if I want a calculation processor, it's going to open this, it's going to go to that interface, and it's going to put redstone, silicon, and pure Certus quartz in there, just like so. And what it's going to do is it's going to throw the silicon in here, so it pulls out of this chest, and it inserts with a basic item filter, and it filters the silicon in here. Each one of these has its own inscriber press. So this one is the calculation press. This one is the engineering press, and then this is for the logic press. And those all get filtered into the correct spots there. Then the printed circuit is pulled out through this Ender I/O conduit here, and it goes, it's automatically inserted into this this inscriber press all automatically. So all of the redstone is properly routed, all of the printed silicon is properly routed, And what you end up with is, once you've put all of your stuff in there, then there's one more little quick thing here. If we come over here, this is already configured to extract, and we'll do that. Is that on? That's not going to do anything yet. Okay, perfect. And it'll automatically extract and send all of its items into the interface. We might as well put down an interface right there and say we want you to be on insert mode, and all of those should automatically be pulled out. We should have 8 calculation processors in our AE system right now. Sweet. Look at that. It worked like a charm. So all we need to do is configure our patterns so that they can work. So if we say, what do we need here? We need pure Certus quartz. We need what else do we need here? Redstone. I'm going to sort you by that. And then we also need silicon. I don't have any right now though. Do I have any sand? No. Let me just grab some of these. I'll just get a little bit of silicon. So this is a quick way to get silicon. Awesome. Okay. So let's put the rest in there. Let's configure this first. So we put the silicon like so, and then we need one example of a calculation processor. Set this to processing and encode. So now we have an encoded pattern for a calculation processor. We just need to repeat that for the logic and the engineering press or processors, and we have a system to automatically request crafting. So let's say I didn't have these 8 calculation processors. You can see all of a sudden now, because of my Autocrafting over here, or my crafting unit here, I'm able to request that we craft some of these. So if I say next, it'll check if I have everything available. If I say I want 10, it's going to say I'm missing 9 silicon. So let's just request 1. Start. It should work. Sent everything in there. The silicon and the pure Certus was routed. The redstone's waiting. It gets the calculation processor. It goes through. And if we look at calculation processor, there it is. So we've got some auto crafting all ready to go right now. It's all done. So we just need to get the proper blank patterns for the other processors, and we're good to go. Now, the other thing I wanted to do was get this automatically happening. So let me start by just knocking a few things out here, and I'm going to kind of expand this area a little bit and just give myself a bit of room to work with. So I'll be right back, and I'll see you guys just in 1 second, okay? Alright, so I have my redstone circuit all done here. So what this does is I have an interface that's connected onto my network. This is always powered. If I head down into the basement here, I have a toggle bus right there. That's so that I'm not always powering these growth accelerators. If I was always powering them, it would lead to some pretty significant energy loss. So what this does right here is I have my interface up here. So I'll be able to place some patterns here for some stuff that I'll explain to you in just a second. Now what I'm going to be doing with this interface is I put all of the, if I want to have some pure Certus quartz, it's going to actually put these seeds directly in this chest here. And as soon as anything gets put into this chest, it's going to be configured so that, actually I don't think I need that in there. Do I? I'll see. Okay, so let's put one of these in here. It's automatically going to be taken by this import and stored into this chest here. And as soon as it's stored in there and pulled out, it activates this circuit here. So let me just show you one more time here. We're going to store the Certus quartz seed in this chest. It toggles this level emitter, which starts this whole circuit. And the whole key to this is the timer here. And it will start going. This goes from high to low, goes through a NOT gate into an OR gate and a toggle latch. So this is a latching. So long as there's one input here that's on high, it's going to latch. And watch what happens as soon as I pull this out. This will run for whatever time this is designated as. Right now it's 10 seconds, and then it automatically shuts off. So I can configure this to last as long as I need. I'll probably just configure this so that it's, I'll have to do a bit of experimenting, and I'll probably do that off camera. But as soon as I put something that goes through this little circuit, it's going to start this redstone timer. So that's all it is. It's just a redstone timer to turn on the growth accelerators. Now, we need to hook up this other circuit. So what this other circuit is, or what it does, is when there is a Certus quartz seed in here, we want it to automatically take it into this little mini subnetwork here and spit it out from the formation plane. So that's all we want it to do. Now, let me just get some glass. I'm going to need just a little bit of glass here. Quartz glass. What kind of glass is that? That's quartz glass. Okay, perfect. So let's just grab that. We probably don't need that much, so let's grab that many. I'm just going to put one there, and then I'm going to put a row up top here. So that's just going to completely encase that so that anything that goes into that will be automatically, anything that comes out of this formation plane will end up sitting in the water there. It'll fall into the water. And then we're going to go ahead and take our quartz fiber here, and we're just going to connect this circuit. So that's all we need to do. We don't need that one there. Okay, so we got that. And then we need a transfer node. And we're also going to need only one of these, and then I'm going to need some of those, but not too many. I can put away the rest of this stuff. I'll keep these on me, and that can go away, that can go away, that can go away. So can that. And then I'm going to need a world interaction upgrade. So I'm going to go ahead and make 2 of these. That should be enough, I believe. I don't think it'll need more than that. So let's see if we can't get behind there. Probably going to have to go through this way. So let's go around this way. I'm probably going to need to break out a little bit farther back this way anyways. Oh, hello, I broke out over here. Okay. So all this is going to take is my transfer node right on there. The world interaction upgrades are going to go in there, and then this is going to come out here. And now I'm going to need a filter. I guess that was convenient. Oops, I guess it wasn't that one. Okay, so now we can go ahead and select a filter into our transfer node over here. So right now I'm going to have to configure this properly, but I can just put that in there, and now it's only going to take out pure Certus quartz. And what I should be able to do, let's just bump this way up. Let's go like 200 for now. That's probably a little bit overkill. I'm going to kind of play around with that number and see what makes sense. But if we go ahead and drop the Certus quartz in here, it'll start that circuit. They'll get dropped in here. They'll be pulled out into the formation plane. And now the crystal growth accelerators are turned on, and this is just growing those crystals. And as soon as they're grown, they should be taken out by this transfer node. So we'll see if that ends up happening or not. I'm just going to double check how many I have. I have 29 pure Certus quartz. I have one on me, so I have 30 in here. If I do pure, I have exactly 30. Let me just clear up my inventory a little bit. Okay, and we're going to come back once this is done growing. I'm not sure if it's going to take enough time. It should take enough time. I think with 200 seconds, it's going to have enough time for these to grow. And then by the time they're all done growing, we'll be able to get our pure Certus quartz from this transfer node, and it'll dump it into the interface, which I believe it should, if we put something in here, yeah, it just goes straight back into our AE system. Awesome. Yeah, see, look at that. Okay, so I'll be right back when this is done growing. Oh, looks like they just got sucked up by our transfer node right here. Because of that filter, we're able to only take the items that we want out of this pool. And they got automatically put into our interface. And we have 32 pure Certus quartz in here. Sweet. That is awesome. That is so cool. So now we are ready to go with our automatic crafting of our crystals. So we've got our circuit back here. I think it's pretty cool. It turns the growth accelerators on and off. I'm pretty proud of this. It's a little bit of a big build, but for what it does, but it's pretty cool. Having double chests here was a little bit awkward, but it was the only way I could find to get the level emitter to work. So that's my build for today. So we've got a couple things of automation going here. We've got to fill out these interface patterns. So I've got to get 2 more patterns over here. And then this I'm going to need at least 2 more patterns, or I'm going to need 3 patterns actually for the seeds. And then I'm also going to need I'll show you right here. I'll show you what my plan is. If I take, first off, let's put some of this stuff away. I don't need that either. I could put a bucket away, and the water bucket too. Might as well. Don't really need the screwdriver right now. Okay, if I take 1 piece of redstone, 1 piece of quartz, and 1 charged Certus quartz. Of course, if I put those in water together, it will make fluix crystals, right? So what happens what I want to be able to do is take this same system and use it for flux crystals. So you can see I'm just going to put that in the item filter, and all I have to do now is the same thing. I configure an interface here, and it will automatically take those three things. It will spit it out. Oops. Okay, well, sort of. Oh, I put the wrong one in there. That's why. Okay, so if I put the charge quartz in there, it gets dumped in there, they turn into the flux crystals and picked up by the transfer node. So now if I go in here, I've got some more flux crystals. I think I had 20 before. Now I have 22 because I just made 2 more. I can go ahead and do that again. Get 1 redstone, 1 of these, and 1 of those. And I just need to charge that, just like so. I can put that all in there. It gets dropped in through the formation plane. They combine together in the water and suck back into the AE system. That is a complete build in my mind. I have a few little tidying up things to do here, cleaning up some stuff, but I think it's working pretty good. So I've got my AE system coming all the way over here and doing some cool stuff. And I think that's it for today's episode. So I'm going to keep going on working on the base here, and I want to get these storage containers. I want to get them hooked up with storage. So right now I've got them hooked up by the Ender IO system here, and I want to have some storage, some AE storage. What are those called? Storage buses. That's what it is. I want to have some storage buses with them. So if we go up here, we'll be able to see how they're hooked up. So they're just this system here going up in there. And I think we're going to want to kind of just take all those Ender IOs pieces away, conduits away, and have this line here go up and connect with a whole bunch of storage buses. Or maybe another one. We might need another one actually, because we're kind of tapping out on channels. We're up to 8 here. We've got 7 going off this way, I believe, and we've got 1 channel coming over this way. I'm going to want to create some more smart cables as well, but I think for now that is a completed build, a completed episode, and we're going to keep going. I'll do a bit of off-camera work, getting some stuff cleaned up over here, and we should be going pretty well. This is slowly going, eh? That's the only problem with, well, I'll get this figured out a little faster. I don't want it to be on constantly, because you will see my AE network lose some power, because I'm only generating about 80 RF or 160 RF a tick. So at some point I'm going to need to change that. Actually, I think it's only 80 that I'm generating. But anyways, for now, that's enough for this episode, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and also click the subscribe button if you guys like these episodes and these automatic tools that I'm building. And I'll see you guys next time. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.